Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of our Minecraft Engineer's Life series. And today, we are going to be doing some farming. We're going to make a greenhouse so that way we can grow crops all year round. So let's go ahead and let's jump on into today's episode. So to start off today's episode, what we are going to do is, well, I want to create some farms. Because in this mod pack, there are different seasons and stuff like that. I think here in the savannah, I believe there's only two seasons, the wet season and dry season, I think. If you're not in a hotter climate, then you do have all four seasons, so summer, winter, fall, and spring. So the plan for today is we want to make a greenhouse because we want our crops to be able to grow all year round. So we're going to be growing some crops and we are going to be making ourselves a greenhouse in the process. So according to this right here, the things we need for being able to grow crops all year round is, well, you could use bees, you could go below Y48 and grow it underground, but you cannot have a view of the sky. But we are going to go with the greenhouse here, so basically we need to place glass over the crops within 16 blocks. If, for example, they're above 16 blocks, well, I don't think that'll work, but I tested it in a creative world. And yeah, all you have to do is put glass above the crops. There doesn't need to be anything else and you have a greenhouse. But we're not going to do that, obviously. We're going to make an actual good looking greenhouse. So that is the plan. So for this greenhouse, guys, what I am thinking is, well, we're going to need a lot of space. We're going to need a lot of space for growing crops. So I need it to be fairly big. I want to have at least 4 big 9x9 plots for growing crops and stuff. And I also want there to be enough space to expand it later and easily add on to the greenhouse if we need to for like setting up automated farms and stuff like that later on. So that is also in the plan. So I've been kind of looking around here and there's not a whole lot of flat area. Like right over here, that kind of just dips down and all that. So it's not really flat behind me. I could go over here, but I kind of want to keep it near the village and not like way over that way. So I'm thinking we'll go ahead and we will place it right here. Now there's a lot of flat area right here, so I think this will work out pretty well. So yeah, let's go ahead and let's get started on that. So one of the first things we are going to need for this greenhouse here that we're going to build is, well, we need to be able to transport water. And well, a bucket's kind of hard to come by, but thankfully we can make clay buckets. Those are a thing. So we're going to have to go out, get some clay, and we actually have to craft a clay tool here, so that way we can shape a clay block down into a bucket form, and then we got to cook that up. So let's go out, let's find some clay, so that way we can make ourselves a bucket. There we go, some nice easy clay. Let me take all of that. Did we get it all? 36. Nice. That should be more than enough. Now let's see, how much does that give us? 9. Yeah, that's definitely enough. We just need 1 clay block and then we can make ourselves that bucket. Let's head on back. Let's make that tool and let's start shaping some clay. And here we go, clay tool. There it is. So now that we have the clay tool, let's go ahead. We need to shape down some clay, but before we do that, let's head on down this way because if I remember correctly, there's a campfire over here. Yeah, right there. So we need this campfire because, well, it's the only way we're going to be able to cook this clay bucket. So we could make the kiln for it, but I'm cheap. We're just going to go ahead and we are going to make it here at the fireplace since it's right here. Let's go ahead. Let's start carving out this clay. So all you got to do, right click on it. Now it's worked clay. Click it a few more times here. There we go. Clay large vessel. Click it again. Oh, click it on the side. Clay small vessel. Man, this is going to be really good for decorating. Let's keep going. Clay bucket. That's what we need. Now we can just break it and we should be good. Yep, clay bucket. And let's throw it right on the fireplace. So that should cook up for us and we should have ourselves a clay bucket. Now, if this is anything like the first engineer's life, we should be able to pick up water infinitely with it. But if you pick up lava, it'll probably break on you. At least that's what it was like in the first one. And I'm assuming that's what it's going to be like here. And there we go, we now have a clay bucket and we can start picking up some water and stuff now, guys. So that way we can make our own farming plots. So let's go ahead and get started on that greenhouse. So the very first thing I am going to need here for this greenhouse is, well, we need some dirt to actually make the plots and stuff and figure out the layout of this thing. So I need to find a place where I am okay with stealing some dirt from. And I also need a ton of glass because, well, it's a greenhouse, and greenhouses, they require glass, unsurprisingly. So yeah, let's go out, let's collect a bunch of resources that we're gonna end up needing, and let's get to building this thing. You look what I just found right here, guys. We got ourselves a desert temple. Let's go ahead and take a look at this thing. See what's inside. Sadly, I don't have any torches to light up, so hopefully I don't need to do that. Let's take a look. Okay, there's no enemies in here. Alright, cool. And let's start digging down. What do we got in here? Nothing down there that's gonna drop on me? Nice. Okay. Get this out. I need the block off the top here so no little bunnies decide to jump on down with me. Don't need them setting off the trap. And let's go ahead. Let's break that. Perfect. Nice. Now let's get all of the TNT. The best part. There we go. Nice. And what do we got? Lots of rotting flesh, an orange rune, and a white rune. Okay. We'll take the rotting flesh, you never know. I'll definitely need this for bone meal. Let's take all that. Oh, nice. We got some more collector cards. More collector cards. Awesome. I'll take the gunpowder too. That is a lot of collector cards in this one. And a light gray rune. I'm running out of space here. Okay, so I pretty much got everything we need to get started here, but as it turns out, we do need the kiln for one thing, so I need to go ahead and craft one of those there up. It's not too expensive, just like bricks and then a furnace right in the middle, so pretty easy to make. But yeah, I just need it so that way I can smelt up the sand into glass and stuff. So yeah, let's go ahead and let's craft that up, set up a bunch of them, and get smelting. And there we go. Now we got the sand all cooking and stuff, so now we can get our glass. All we gotta do now is, while we wait for that, let's start with the building. We can build everything else that don't require the glass right now, so let's get started. And there we go, guys. A few hours later, and the greenhouse is officially finished. And yes, it has been a few hours. And surprisingly, in those few hours, the seasons have indeed changed. The leaves have gotten a little bit more orange here, so seasons have changed. And yeah, I went over that away. And apparently it was going fall over there, so it's been almost a year, I think, assuming we start in like springtime, that is. But yeah, it's been quite a while in game, but it's only been like 3 or so hours of building this, I think. Anyway, it's done now, and now we can go ahead and put plants in it. Now that the seasons and stuff have changed, well, that doesn't really matter, at least not for growing crops and stuff like that now, because we can just throw them right in here, right in the greenhouse. Let's go ahead and let's start planting some stuff, everyone. So I have a little bit of a crop growing tip for you guys. Something that I myself was not aware about for quite a while, and I just learned of it recently, and I've been playing this game for a few years now, and I think I know a fair bit about it after all those years. But anyway, this tip here is basically don't bundle all of your crops together. So don't like till a big area and fill it with wheat. That is apparently the wrong way to do this. That is the wrong way to grow your crops. But what you do gotta do is you gotta go ahead and do them in rows. So basically do your wheat here, then your carrots, and then you can switch back to your wheat again or go potatoes. Apparently that is the best way to grow your crops, and doing it the other way, according to the wiki, can add an extra 10 minutes on to your crops being fully grown. But yeah, I did not know that was a thing until recently, and let me know down in the comments if you knew that was a thing. And with that right there, guys, I have planted all of our crops here. And as you can see, they seem to be all growing perfectly fine. And in fact, some of the wheat has already fully grown. So maybe that little tip I told you guys is 100% true. Like I said, I just heard of it. Basically, a YouTuber said something about it, and I checked on the wiki, and that seemed to be true. And by the looks of it, I would have to agree. But anyway, I went ahead, I planted everything. It's not as nice and neat as I wanted, like rows of alternating plants and stuff. But it's kind of all randomly scattered out here is how it's all set up at the moment. But as the plants grow up, we can slowly make it into nice, neat rows of every type of crop and stuff. So that is something we'll have to do in the future. Now, something I have to mention here, these grape plants, which are like, you know, these things right here, those little trees, by the looks of it, you have to hook them up to fences, I would assume. And that's how you would grow it. I'm just assuming since the branches come out from there and they kind of look like fences, that and they haven't produced any grapes yet, so yeah. I'm gonna assume they need to be set up differently. And since they apparently grow differently, or at least I'm assuming they do, we're gonna have to probably make a different area in a greenhouse and stuff later on when we go to expand this one and add different areas onto it. I think we'll have to make a specific area for grapes here, as well as we should probably do it for pumpkins and melons. And I'm already planning also to do it on berry bushes and stuff, because you can get strawberries and all that. I have a few of them out here in one of the chests here. But yeah, basically you can get these berry bushes right here. So I got strawberry, blackberry, blueberry. So we're gonna probably make an area for those as well. Or we could just, you know, throw all the different ones here into the same area to save on space as well, which honestly, that's probably what we're gonna do. But with the greenhouse all said and done, guys, I think that is gonna be it for today's episode. So if you enjoyed it, don't forget to hit that like button. And if you're new, don't forget to subscribe for more modded Minecraft in the future. And I will see you guys all in the next episode. Until next time, have fun, everybody.